Well, hello everyone. We are from Group 4. We'll explain the interactive and education gamification part. First, let me explain the meaning of interactive and education gamification. Interactive gamification is an educational context, is an approach that incorporates games into the learning environment or educational process to increase students' motivation, engagement, and learning outcomes involving elements such as rankings, rewards, and also assessment points. Interactive gamification refers to the use of game principles and mechanisms to engage and motivate users in a dynamic and interactive environment. This involves creating gamified experiences that encourage participation, competition, and rewards. This concept is used in a variety of contexts, from marketing to employee training to drive engagement and also retention. Not only that, educational gamification, on the other hand, also involves the use of game design elements to improve learning outcomes. It includes the integration of game-based activities and simulation into educational content to make the learning process more interesting, meaningful, and memorable for students. The goal of educational gamification is to increase motivation, participation, and knowledge retention. It can be applied to various subjects, including mathematics, science, languages, history, and among others. So let's move on to the next material.
The goal of interactive gamification is to make the learning process more interesting, fun, and motivate students to active participate in learning. By playing games, elementary teacher can encourage students to active learning targets. The main goal of interactive gamification in education is to the quality of learning, motivate students to participate, and create a more engaging and interactive learning environment.
Okay, I'm going to explain the third topic, which is the overview of Read Along app. The Read Along app is a free Android app that is available in multiple languages. The app features a variety of illustrated stories that are designed to help children learn to read. Children can read their stories at their own pace and receive feedback and encouragement from a reading buddy named Dia. The Read Along app also uses gamification elements to make learning to read more engaging and fun. For example, children can earn stars for completing reading challenges and games. Fourth, I'm going to show you the video that demonstrates on how to use Read Along app.
So recently, Google has announced that they've launched a brand new app called Read Along. The goal of the app is to help young children read by giving them verbal and visual feedback as they read stories out loud. The app is designed for children ages 5 and up, and it uses Google's speech recognition technology to help them develop literacy skills. Because of the global situation that we're in, Google has actually allowed early access to this Android app. According to Google, the Read Along app is actually available in over 180 countries and available in 9 different languages. So we're going to go through and explore this app a little bit. Now the goal is for kids to read this independently so that they can learn and build their reading skills with the help of this in-app reading buddy. So let's pick a story that we can go through. Let's pick Where is Lulu? And you'll notice that we have our in-app reading buddy who's going to guide us. Oh no.
Wow, you read all.
And you'll see that I got the stars and the words light up as we say them. Now if you don't know a word, you can click on it and your in-app reading buddy will help you.
Lulu. Lulu.
Or if you click on her, she will read the sentence for you.
It's time to go, calls Ma. Now your turn to read.
And then you get your turn to read what she just told you. Where is Lulu?
Is she? Is she under the sofa? Now your turn to read.
Is she under the sofa?
Is she behind the curtain? Is
Is she behind the lamp?
Read aloud. Curtain.
So when you scroll down, you'll notice there are games that can be played. You can add new stories, and then they're also broken down by the types of stories. So if you want a short story, a very tiny story, and then they're broken down by animals, laugh out loud, love my life, and all kinds of different categories for kids to pick whatever kind of story they're in the mood for. So let's go and do a game. Let's try jumbled words.
Jumbled up. Choose a level for the game.
We'll go on easy.
Jumbled up. Drag the blocks below to spell this word. Lulu.
So she tells you the word and then gives you the opportunity to go through and try to spell it yourself. So let's...
L. U. Lu.
So if you spell it correctly,
L. U. Lulu.
you get more stars. And kids can cash those stars in for prizes. So let's see what happens if we get one wrong.
S. E. Say.
So it'll tell you right away that that is not the right letter in the right spot. So we can put that back.
Spell. S. H. E.
And then if you click on your in-app reading buddy, she'll tell you the letters that you need in order.
H. Shish. E. She.
And really works on helping kids put the letters together, sound it out.
S. O. S. O. So. F. Soft. A. Sofa. Correct.
And you can add new stories. So let's click on Playground.
Let's read. Playground.
And it's another story. We want to go to the playground.
Excellent. You read so fast.
And one of the nice things is the in-app reading buddy is really positive and just continues to give those children that positive reinforcement as they're learning to read.
Motorbike.
There's also an option that kids can turn on music while they're reading. So you'll notice there's just kind of a light, relaxing, calming music that plays in the background while they're in the app. You can also change the language settings.
Tap the language you want your children to read.
So the default one I went in was English only, but you'll see there's more languages. So you can add different languages plus English. And then at the bottom here, you'll see there's a tab that says prizes.
Prizes.
And kids can trade their stars in for prizes.
Earn stars and take your photo to get this prize. Earn stars
And then there's also a report card that tells you how long the child has been reading for.
Pop the balloons. Pop the balloons. Tap all the balloons that make this sound. Tuh.
So this is another game where they'll give you a sound, and then you have to click on the balloons that make that sound.
Tap all the balloons that make this sound. Ja.
And then if you click on the wrong one, it just gives you a little X and tells you that the game is over.
10 minutes today.
And then when you're done reading or playing the games, it gives you the option to take your picture. And so the kids can smile, take their picture. And that's how they get their stars. And then they can take those stars, go into the prizes, and they can exchange those stars for prizes.
Prize for earning 100 stars.
A couple other nice features about the app is that you can create multiple profiles. So if you have more than one child, they can each have their own profile so that they collect their own stickers and read at their own levels. There's also no in-app purchases, which is a nice little feature. And another nice thing is that after the initial download of the app and the stories, Read Along works offline, so you won't need any Wi-Fi.
Right now, I'm going to explain the fifth topic, which is how to use Read Along app in the classroom. The Read Along app is a free app that helps students improve their reading skills. It is easy to use and can be adapted to meet the needs of all learners that you are going to teach in the classroom. Here's 5 simple ways to use Practice Read Along app in your classroom. First, choose a story. There are many stories in the app. Consider the students' reading levels and interests when choosing a story. Make sure the story is appropriate for the classroom setting. Second, explain the vocabulary. Before a student starts reading, explain the meaning of any new vocabulary words or phrases. You can use visuals and real-world examples to help students understand. Third, have students practice reading the story at home. Assign students to practice reading the story aloud at home using the Read Along app. It will help improve their pronunciation. Fourth, check for comprehension. At the next class meeting, ask students questions about the story to check their comprehension. Fifth, have students read aloud. At the next meeting, ask students to read the story aloud individually or in small groups. Provide feedback on their pronunciation and fluency so they can improve their pronunciation.
And this session, I will explain about advantage and disadvantage by using Read Along app. For advantage is, the first, it's free and can be used offline. So we can download the genre of story and we can use anytime, anywhere without internet connection. And for the second is improved pronunciation and fluency. The apps provide the hearing of words, and if our pronunciation is false, the apps is soon correctly and we know where the pronunciation we false. And the third is very suitable for children. Many content from this app is very suitable for children because the story so interest for children, like the animal story, the plant story, and many things. So in interest for children, and this app also provide the games, so children is enjoying the use of this app. And the last one is increase children interest to reading. As we know, many children use it mobile phone in this era, and they like to read some story from the mobile phone, and this app so suitable for them, and this app can increase children reading and increase the reading skill for children because many content in interest for children. And disadvantage from this app is limited content and genre. In this app, story and genre content is so limited, and the readers cannot explore the many content as they read physical books. And the second one is loss of imagination and visualization. These apps can lose imagination and visualization because read along apps often provide the video, narration, and sometimes animation. While this can be engaging and weigh the reader's imagination and their ability to visualize the story at their own way. And so it's that we conclude the read along apps the potential to revolution the way children can be increase reading skill. By the elements of play educational content, it engages young learners in a dynamic and enjoyable learning experience. Through gamification, children are motivated to severely participate, making the process of securing reading skills not only effective but also enjoyable. I think that's all from me. Thank you.